What is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny gameplay video. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys some tips that are going to help you in Trials of Osiris and even outside of Trials, just in standard Crucible or anytime you're playing against decently competent players. So there's two specific things I really want to go over in this video, and one is a tactic called zoning. That's the first thing we're going to talk about, and how your grenades and your equipment can really be used to help zone off targets and force them to make certain decisions that are in your benefit. And the other thing we're going to talk about is survivability and ways that you can increase your survivability in the Crucible, because obviously you want to you want to get kills, but you also want to avoid deaths. And I know that sounds obvious, but there are some really specific tactics and things that you can do to help make that happen. So first and foremost, we're going to talk about zoning. And here's a good example. So I come over the door here, we've got one teammate down, and as I skate past this part, I can see clearly there's a guy kind of stuck back in this alcove, and that's where he's engaging us from. So instantly I recognize, hey, I've got lightning grenades, and I got this wall here. He's going to get tagged by this thing. There's not a lot of ways out of that little alcove. He's going to have to try and get out of that grenade. One guy does manage to get through, but when the others try to follow suit, I'm thinking one of them was trying to back out and the other was trying to push out for, to help his teammate to push me, the last guy standing. You can see when I come up here, clearly one guy was stuck in the corner and the other was trying to push out, just like, I imagine they might try to do. Now, some players won't actually pursue through the grenade, and that's kind of what I was hoping. I put the grenade there to sort of zone off that area to keep them from pushing so that we could kind of take our time picking our targets. Now with this guy, I see him making a break for the left right here. So I want to zone off the bridge because I hate the bridge. I try to avoid it at all costs. So I'm going to try and zone it off. By that I mean I'm going to try and punish him if he chooses to use it. I got little hit markers there, so I knew I tagged him. Sure enough, you can see here that he has no shield. So the grenade did tag him. Now, since I flanked hard and fast, he has nowhere to go. I didn't waste any time getting over here. Now I hug the back wall as I come around the corner because exactly that. He had a shotgun out. If I'd come around, at point blank range, he would have punished me for it. So I keep my distance and strafe around the corner and finish him off easily with the sidearm. So you can clearly see I zoned off the bridge and I zoned off his left, leaving him one way out. And if he tried to make a break for it, that's a lot of open space to cover before I, drop him with my guns. So that's zoning right there. I did it exactly the same thing right here with this guy. I want to get the revive on my teammate. Now he ducks off to the left towards bridge. I instantly throw the grenade behind him to keep him from coming back. Now he decides to come back anyway. He really doesn't want me to get the revive. So when I go for the revive, he tries to push through the grenade. I get a body shot and then the grenade takes him out. Now at this point, since I missed the opportunity for the revive, it's just left to me to do some good gun play here and gun these guys down as they try and approach. I do manage to get the revive after the second kill, gives me the overshield, makes cleaning up the last guy really easy to do. But zoning off that revive initially is what set me up for success for the rest of that round. So here I'm going to zone off these guys, not give them the opportunity to pursue, and if they do, they're going to get punished for it. Now notice my grenade tactic here. I throw it on the opposite wall to tag them, and then I sidestep instantly back into the wall for cover, lest my grenade tag me as well. And I do that habitually. You can see here it tags two guys simultaneously. So they're both one shot. I punch one, shoot the other, and then the grenade actually finishes off the other two as they choose to pursue. So that's what zoning is. That's what it can do for you. It can really turn the tide in these situations and really give you an advantage. And you can punish people severely. And what it does is, you may look at that and be like, oh, how stupid are these guys to just walk into a grenade like that? Well, in the moment, you don't always know where you're taking damage from. And by the time you figure it out, you're forced to make an instant decision. And some people have a really hard time with that instant decision making, and their reaction speed is just a little bit lower. So you can punish them for that exactly. Now let's talk a little bit about survivability. Now here I sight in and I see two people. I'm about to see a third, but I see two people. At this point, you only want to take one shot and back into cover. One shot, back into cover. You don't want to stay and take a second shot. If you miss, you don't want to try and get a hit with a second bullet. You take your one shot and then you back into cover. When you're in an exposed sightline like that, you're extremely vulnerable. So you take your one shot, you cross your fingers, you hope you get the kill. If you don't, you back into cover anyways and just try and make a different approach. This is something you'll see Crafty do. If you watch any real Crafty, this is really his sniping style. he takes, for the most part, generally speaking, he'll only take one shot at a time. He'll take one shot back into cover, and then he'll peek out and take another quick shot and then back into cover. And a lot of really skilled snipers do exactly that, and that's how they stay alive. Now note that after I get that snipe kill, I make an approach, but there's a safe way to do it. I don't want to walk across that open sightline, so I shade step across that open sightline instead. Shade step across the sightline so I don't get picked off by a sniper. Then I make an approach from the left side of that sightline where they're not going to be looking over the door. It helps me make an unobserved approach. And then I'm able to get a quick kill with my super. And now the other two guys do manage to get out of tether, so I'm using this visual cover to my advantage, and I know that my teammates are here to provide assistance for me, and we managed to wrap up the round without much difficulty. So shade stepping, sliding, jumping past open sight lines is something that you have to get used to doing. So you do it right here. A lot of guys are waiting from top bridge to get a pick right there at that spot on Burning Shrine. Every map has places like this, so anytime I'm crossing that sight line, I'm shade stepping. If you're not a hunter, or if you're a different subclass, hey, that's fine. Slide past it, jump past it. Here, I missed my second snipe, so survivability, I back up into a choke point so that if he does decide to pursue, I can punish him for it. He can't avoid my smoke bomb at that point, so I throw it right in the choke point. He comes out, now he's disoriented, he's poisoned, and he's slowed, and he's super easy to pick off. And then I just control the choke point, get the revive for the overshield, and kill the last guy. So hopefully these tactics will be helpful for you. Remember to slide, jump, shade step past open sight lines and choke points so you don't get picked off easily. It's when you decide to get a little relaxed on that you're going to get punished for it. Bait people into choke points. When you take sniper shots, sometimes it's in your best interest to take one shot and then back into cover. Take one shot back into cover. Just keep these things in mind. Start to zone off people with your equipment as well. I guarantee you'll see a change in the number of kills you get and wins you acquire in the Trials of Osiris. We'll catch you in the Crucible.